Bro, there's actually no way. So I wasn't originally going to talk about this situation until I received mine in the mail, but I just could not wait any longer to talk about what's been going on with the Sonic X Shadow Generations limited run collector's edition. This thing was first put up for pre-order before the release of Sonic X Shadow Generations, so everyone pre-ordered this thing back when, like August of 2024, I think it was. Crazy. Of course, I also pre-ordered one as well because I thought everything looked really cool, and I was more than willing to pay the $250 price tag for all of the goodies you got with it. An art book, a physical soundtrack, a steelbook, keychains, mini Chow figurines, a Dreamcast box art, and of course, the awesome looking statue of Sonic and Shadow on top of a replica Dreamcast. A little pricey, sure, but I thought everything advertised looked worth it. The initial estimated shipping date was set to July of 2025, so practically a year-long wait, which was already insane. But then it got delayed, then got delayed again, then got delayed again. As the July date approached, they delayed the collector's edition to November in order to ensure that the statue was perfect and met their quality standards. Just keep that in mind. Eventually, November passed as well, and then they announced that they would start sending them out in waves, starting in December of 2025 and continuing through Q1 of 2026. So people started getting their collector's editions in the mail, and not a single one I've seen looks even remotely good. I honestly have no idea how they f***ed up this badly. Both figures have random defects and paint smears. They're also weirdly put together and have visible seams down their bodies. From what I hear, the material also feels very cheap and hollow. From most of the videos and pictures I've seen, it does look like Shadow got the short end of the stick here. Sonic doesn't look that bad from afar, it's really when you get up close that you can start to see the shortcomings. But with Shadow, bro, this looks disgusting. What happened to his face? Why do his eyes look like that? What's with the painted on mouth? What the actual f happened here? I saw Sam Procrastinates compare this Shadow with how the Japan exclusive collector's edition statue looks, and my god, it is truly night and day in terms of quality. I also saw Bakuribox's video, and his statue has random blue and red paint lines on the eyes. And that's not even the worst of it. I've seen some that just straight up have broken pieces. And that's the case not only for the statue, but also for some of the other items like the Dreamcast CD case. Overall, it's just such a shitty collector's edition that's definitely not worth the $200 we paid for it. But really, the worst part of this situation has been the response from Limited Run, or the lack thereof. Good luck trying to tweet at them to send feedback because they've been untagging themselves from nearly every post containing a complaint about the statue. I have seen a few replies to certain posts telling people to submit support tickets, which is nice, but I highly doubt these will go anywhere. Eventually, Limited Run did publish an official statement, likely with Sega breathing down their necks, because this statement is like nothing. They just said they're going to investigate the issue, whatever that means. I guess a statement is a statement at the end of the day, but ignoring and then untagging yourselves from posts sending valid complaints is just not a very good look. As for when my collector's edition is arriving, I have no idea. At this point, I would guess mine's going to be sent in the later waves. I got an email earlier today saying that it should ship soon, so maybe that's a sign I'll get it soon, but I have no idea. And yes, I already tried to get a refund, but since I already received my copy of the game from them like over a year ago, it seems that I'm no longer eligible for a refund. Awesome. I am kind of curious to see if there are any improvements on my statue, since it does seem that mine is arriving in a later wave, but I'm not getting my hopes up. When I initially bought this thing, I wasn't entirely aware of how many times Limited Run has done things like this. I saw that a lot of people received their collector figures for Tomb Raider, and they ended up looking nothing like the promo images. So this is not Limited Run's first rodeo, and I would not be surprised if this all just gets swept under the rug. So I guess the best thing to do at this point is to just urge Sega to outright stop working with Limited Run, because considering the amount of money spent on this thing and the time we waited for it, along with Limited Run's shitty response, this is purely unacceptable. The wait is one thing. I would have been fine with the delays if they were actually improving the statue like they said they were. but it's abundantly clear now that was just not the case. I don't know why it was delayed so many times when this was the final product. Something had to have gone wrong behind the scenes. I also feel super terrible for the people who bought the Crossworlds Collector's Edition, which is supposed to be shipping in a couple of months. Yeah, f***ing right. I'm most likely still going to be waiting for my Shadow Gen statue by then. So just keep all of this in mind when you think about buying something from Limited Run in the future. Anyway, yeah, I just couldn't wait any longer to talk about this because this honestly feels like one massive scam. One that I unfortunately fell for. Let me know what you all think about this whole situation in the comments down below, and did you buy this? If you did, let me know how yours looks if you already got it. But that's all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.